Schools.
Hi, I'm glad to speak with you. I actually went to Ashland City Schools and I was at Taft, so I'm hearing that this is going to Taft kids. So I wanted you to know that we had grades K through 6 when I went to school, and then when I started teaching, I came back and taught at Montgomery School, and that's where I was for 35 years. So I started in 1973 and I taught until 2008, so you do the math, that's 35 years. Well, let me think of some things that you might be interested in. When I was a child, we were not really allowed to wear like jeans or any kind of pants. We always had to wear skirts. And then when I taught, I wasn't supposed to wear jeans then either. But later on, they let us wear jeans just for some extra fun. On paydays, we got to wear jeans. So that was something new that we got to do. I can remember back when we used to have milk. We got to have milk in the afternoons. They brought a big crate of milk in, and everybody had usually white milk. They didn't let us have chocolate milk. And let's see, what else did we do? Well, I can remember when I went to school that I was one of the bus patrols. That meant that I got to help out and wear a safety badge, and I could be a bus patrol. And that was pretty important. You got to have a lot of responsibility with that as a sixth grader. I also remember we had morning announcements, and the principal always did the morning announcements over the PA system. Do you still have a PA system? I don't know. But the principal did that, and we always sang the Star-Spangled Banner every morning after saying the pledge. We did the Star-Spangled Banner, and when I was in school, kids, we did the Lord's Prayer too, right after it. So that was also very interesting, and probably a lot different than what you do now. You may not even have announcements now, but we did back then. The other thing that I wanted to say is we mostly sat in the same seat when I was a little kid. We sat in the same desk, and we sat pretty much doing our own work. Then when I taught, we had lots of group activities, maybe like what you do now, and also I had centers, which the kids went around in the classroom and they did maybe an art center, or they did a poetry center. And what it meant was there were 2 or 3 kids there at that spot, and they worked on the same kind of project. We also had the bookmobile come to Montgomery, because it was a country school, or it was out away from where you could go to the library. So we had the bookmobile, and that meant you got to go onto the bus full of books and take a couple of books every 2 weeks. The other thing I was thinking about was we did a lot of paired teaching with 6th grade. What that was is the 6th graders got to come down to 3rd graders. That's the grade I taught, was 3rd grade, and they helped us a lot to learn like our multiplication facts, or they read with us. Oh, my 3rd graders loved those 6th graders, and that was really a big deal for them, and the 6th graders loved to come down too. The other thing I remembered was when I was in school, 6th graders actually got to help to serve at the cafeteria. They were behind the hot table there, and they actually got to serve and help in that capacity, which was really nice for 6th graders, and they got a free lunch that way. How about that? Yeah. We also got to have plays where they went up on stage and they got to perform a play. We always did a Thanksgiving play, and we also did, like different holiday plays, and that was a lot of fun too for the kids. We did not have an assigned supply list when we had our list at the beginning of the year like you do now. We never had a supply list. The kids didn't have to go out and buy a bunch of supplies and bring the first day of school. Most kids brought their lunch, and they didn't really buy their lunch as much. I remember when I was sitting there with my girlfriend when I was in third grade at Taft School. We used to trade back and forth. She would bring pickles and I'd bring tomatoes, and we'd trade. Isn't that funny? That's something I remember as a kid. Let's see, what else was I thinking? Oh, we never got to do flip-flops. Are you kidding? You guys are lucky. We always had to bring gym shoes to change into our different shoes to go into the gym. You couldn't even wear your regular shoes. And actually, when I first started teaching, that happened also, where they had to bring different shoes to put on to go into the gymnasium. Of course, we never had any air conditioning back when I went to school. But then, when I started teaching, it was a few years after I started teaching that they actually put air conditioners in alongside the truck stop. Now, you don't remember maybe Montgomery having a truck stop, but we did. We used to have a truck stop, and the fumes would be coming in and it wouldn't smell very good. So the PTA and the truck stop went together and they put in window air conditioners for us. So that was pretty awesome. We had air conditioning. Yeah. And back then, we were actually as the teacher, we were able to give medications to our little kiddos. If they had to take maybe some Tylenol because they had a headache and mom sent the medicine, we were, as the teacher, allowed to give that. Not now, no. Is it the school nurse that probably gives it now? And after I was teaching for a few years, I wasn't allowed to do that either. Times change and things change with that. We used to dress up for Halloween, too, which was awesome. So, anyway, those are the things that I remember. We also remember doing immunizations at school. As a kid, I had to have polio immunization. So they gave us a little serum that we would drink every, I don't know how often, maybe twice a year. And they actually gave that at the school. Now you have to go to the doctor's office to have that done, don't you? We could take as many field trips as we wanted to because when I first started teaching, we just went in private cars. We divided up and we went in private cars. It was awesome. Yeah, we went on as many trips as we wanted to go on. So anyway, those are the things I remember, and I hope that gives you something to use to write about. I would love to read your writings. Thank you.